Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fuster King. I got a special one tonight. Whenever you see this brother on the screen, you guys know he's one of the OGs. When it comes to film, I was telling him pre-show, like his defensive chops and how he breaks stuff down is second to none. And I saw Akoye tweeting about one Jay Toia, defensive tackle, UCLA. Now, I know the player, I've watched the film, but I'm just always curious to kind of get somebody with the expertise of Akoye, especially when it comes to the defense side of the ball. He came on his channel, he did a great he had a great take on Kenneth Murray that even got me to start thinking. Then I brought in my dog Cody Alexander. He felt the same way, and it's like, yeah, we're starting to see, because so many people fought Akoye on the why for Kenneth Murray, but it's like there actually is a rhyme and a reason as to why Matt Eberflus brought him in. And so I think there's a rhyme and a reason for why we brought in Jay Toia. And Akoye, you don't get too hell bent on the draft. You get the prospects, you get the film, and then you make it make sense. So, Akoye, first of all, how you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Like, you already know I've been moving and shaking just like you, man. But I'm good, happy to be seen for sure.
Yeah.
Appreciate the introduction too.
Flowers, man, flowers. So,
Hey man,
Akoye,
smell it.
before we get to the film, kind of tell me what you saw and why you took a liking to him. Because normally you do a breakdown for everybody, but
Mhm.
you started with him, which was
I'm
interesting.
still going. Well, actually, I started with what's the kid, second round kid from Maryland. Well, really from Philly.
Okay.
What's the name?
Boston College, Donovan Ezaraku.
Yeah, Azaraku. I started with Azaraku. I didn't get a lot of film on him, but Azaraku, I just threw something quick up as soon as we drafted him. But
Yeah.
Toia was the first full film I got, so that's why I started there. It wasn't really any real reason for it.
Okay.
And then when it comes to reading, it's easier. Inside out is always easier. So it's easier to read the line on both sides of the ball than it is. Then obviously your linebackers and your running backs. Then QBs, wide receivers, and corners. It's harder to read those because you gotta watch the film in the dead space. Like even when they're not getting the ball thrown their way, if a wide receiver's running a route and he's not getting the ball thrown his way, or CB, either or, you got to read a lot more when you're doing that. So I'm going to get to those guys like Chevon, whatever his name is.
Savone. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
get that
like
joke
him.
kind of funny, Koye, right?
Yeah, I like him. But yeah, just I go inside out. That's all. That's the reason I started with Jay.
Okay. Well, what did you see from Jay? What can Cowboys fans expect? And what will be his role? So we'll start. What did you see? And I what I saw, big body plugger.
hmm
What
hmm
did you see?
Same, man. He's a true one tech. You know what I mean? He has a lot of the those Samoan traits that you usually get. A big, fast, powerful guy that's a lot faster and more nimble than you would give him credit for at 343. Smart too, and disruptive. I look to see, like I did the same thing when I looked at Mazi's film versus Ohio State. I looked at Jay versus Iowa in this one. And I like to look at it that way. I told you before when I was watching Kenneth Murray Jr. as well. I like to dig into a game because it's one thing to see what a player did statistically. I don't really get into that because I don't know how the coach is using them. I don't know if the coach knew what he had or if the scheme fits his particular style of play. But when you look at a player in a game that he got to play in or whatever, you get to see what impact he had on the game. Whether he was getting tackles or not doesn't matter. What type of impact does he have? And when I started counting plays and reps for Toia, I got happy immediately. I said, "Oh man,
Mm.
when he's not making tackles, he's clogging things up. He's forcing interceptions. He's forcing quarterbacks out of the pocket. He gets upfield pretty good. I saw a lot of pass rush moves too. Like he has a good club, a good hump. You know what I mean? And a bull rush, obviously. And he takes on double teams routinely with ease and sheds them as well, which is that's like A+ behavior. Just taking them on is enough to free up your linebackers, but when you can shed them and still make the play, and you'll see it like at the end of the film, he takes two guys out of the play, two linemen out of the play, then spins off of them and makes the tackle still in on the tackle, which is like that's extremely hard to do. And Iowa's offensive line, they ain't slouches, you know what I mean? So for him to run through them like that, I thought that was impressive. But yeah, he definitely affects the game between the trenches, one tech for sure. And I think it's easy to see what Eberflus his focus is going to be defensively, and that's going to be stopping the run. The guys that he brought in here, even Ezraku, sets the edge very well. These guys are tackling, run stopping, run first, defensive minded, smart players that are physical, fast, and aggressive. And I think that's the traits that you'll see no matter who you're looking at. Shamar James, all of them are like that: quick twitch, angry, physical players that think run first. And Eberflus is Eberflus and Schottenheimer. They're both getting a A in my book for the way they've, I think, lended their I guess tastes to this draft. I know Will McClay is the guy actually going out picking them, doing the thing. But I know that they lean on what the coaches actually want schematically when they do that. So I give Schottenheimer and Eberflus a lot of credit for that.
Akoye Media doing what he does best, man. He can. That brother can talk, boy. He can talk, and he can tell you what it is, baby. And it's my dog, man. I'm telling you. And not only that, I think you're right. Like, people, they don't understand. Eberflus was able to stop the run with Andrew Billings. He doesn't need the names. He needs guys that are going to do their job, be where it's supposed to be. And I think this could be Mazi Smith, not replacement, but insurance, and just push him. Now, I like what you said, too, that it's not just sit in the middle of gaps. He actually gets upfield. And actually, you know what, Akoye, this is what we'll do. Let's watch the film. Let's have you talk through it. Hopefully we don't get this demonetized. Hopefully it's just, even if it's like a second here or there, you could do a lot of stops. Because I'll be honest with you, bro, like, the people want to hear Akoye Media break down film. I say this all the time. 10 people could watch film, 10 people could see something totally different. And I think that when you watch film, you're second to none. So we'll put this on the stage. Akoye Media, take it away.
All right, let me jump over to the screen and we get rocking, man. Immediately, like what you see, that's number 93 you're looking for right here to your right, right? What you see is like his get off is crazy, but the reason I pointed this out, right? He's gonna take his man inward, right? Boom. And then that linebacker, number 49, whoever that is, he's free to make this play. Both Toia and whoever number 95 is, they both took out 3 players on that particular play. And then let me go back to that, and then make it so that this linebacker can run free. So this here to me is already, this is what your job is. Is whether you're making tackles or not as a one tech, your job is really to free up those linebackers. So him being able to do that routinely, like, you can see how easy it is for him to really, like, just watch the linebackers throughout all of these takes, and you'll see how easy it is for those guys to flow. And you actually get to see, like, I saw some flaws in the linebackers game due to the fact that they were like choosing the wrong gaps sometimes, things like that, because they didn't really have anybody getting to the second level blocking them on a regular basis in this game. Because of the job that 95 and 93 were doing. So I just looked at it like, if he can do this for us, and you have guys like, Demo and those guys running free. Those guys running free, Sanborn running free, Murray running free. It's a lot easier to play linebacker when you don't have 330-pound guys getting to the second level and touching you.
Right? Look at that ball get off. Oh, my God.
Yep. Even here, you see 49. He jumps to the outside, right? He's reading the running back's first step, right? Boom. He's to the outside with it, but he can cut back. Nobody's touching him. He got blocked from that peel off on the edge, but no one's getting to the second level easily. Now here, I think this running back should have stayed front side. Like, you know what I mean? He cuts his back in, because if he would have stayed front side, 49 was getting peeled off. I think 95 was probably he probably was worried about 95 getting upfield on him, like right about here. Yeah, 95 was upfield on him. But you see both those guys are tearing it up. So let me go back to this. Boom. Yeah, both these guys are tearing it. Just upfield penetration and physicality, man. Watch this. Boom. He takes this guy right into the backfield, stands him up, stacks, and then, I want him to make this play. I think he misses this tackle here. The only knock I had on him was that he made a lot of plays in this game, and I think he finished about 50-50. Maybe 50-50, 60-40, something like that. But he had a couple of plays on the quarterback that he could have got a sack here and there, and he didn't finish, and then a couple of tackles that he didn't finish. But I'm perfectly happy with the game that he had here. And if you pay attention to, you can count these off. You pay attention to how many snaps you can directly see him affect. That's what I'm counting. Yeah. His stat line, You guys can go to his stat line for this game if you want. I don't know if someone has college football reference open or something, but go look at the stat line. He probably has like 3 tackles, something like that. Maybe
That's
3
good for
tackles.
a defensive tackle.
Yeah, but that's it, right? But when you count that, that's why I don't look at stats. When you count that versus how many plays you can clearly see him affecting, he affects about 20 plays out of this game, and it's only 60 snaps usually in your average.
Oh,
You know,
it's the knockback for me, Akoye. It's just that
yeah,
I don't
that's
get
just
tired of watching that because
me neither.
that's what I think. Man, you think about Micah, the DNs you just brought in, the tackles you already have in Osa. You need him to walk centers back year one. Just
But
do that.
look at these pulls and these traps that are going on behind the line, right? Watch that. These guys are pulling, right? And like look at this tight end trying to come across this line.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so this is why I say just pay attention to how he affects the game. First off, look at these linebackers still being free, right? Boom, they're free. Well, he 49 engaged, but 20 is about to get trapped off the edge right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look at the penetration that he has makes this tight end that's pulling that jet sweep. He hesitates off of it. See, he trips up off of his guy's foot right there, boom, and he doesn't get a good piece of 20. And you know, he already made the tackle anyway. Jay already made the tackle, but even if he didn't on that play, he's just disrupting the integrity of the play just for the fact that he's that disruptive because he pushes his guy so far in the backfield that jet sweep can't get there clean. And that's what I mean by chaos. This is him getting upfield again. Look at this. He forces the quarterback out of the pocket. This intercept. Now he's not going to get a stat for interception here. He might get a pressure, right? But this is his interception. And this is why the timing of this play and the integrity of this play is disrupted by him. And he's not even touted as a pass rusher at all. We're not bringing him in for that. But you can keep him in on obvious passing downs if you wanted to, because he's very good at getting upfield. He has a good get off, you know, and he has some moves, right? He's not like he's not a pass rusher by any means, but he can get there. But this interception was forced by him. He forced that quarterback out of the pocket and forced him to throw that ball late in the traffic. And that interception, I gave Jay credit for that interception because of the pressure. And if you guys want to watch that again, I'm going to show it one more time. But he's not going to get that.
Look how he split that double team. That's crazy.
Immediately, it's like they're not even there. Boom, nothing. That's nothing to him, right? It's like they're not even there.
Yeah, and see, yeah, man, and you getting that much pressure. I haven't watched this film, by the way, so this is dope. You getting that much pressure now. You have Micah Parsons chasing you, like his pace and relentlessness. That's crazy.
You're gonna see too. Now here, right? He's not gonna get this tackle, boom, but he's gonna put. This is what I meant by
look at 65. Oh my God, bro, that's how you play D line. Oh, Akoye.
He pushes these guys so far in the backfield, they don't have a chance. Like, look at this, boom.
They were trying to run outside zone, yeah.
There's nothing there, boom. And that cutback, he can't cut back. He can't counter that because, you know, that number 2 was free off the backside.
Hey, run that back, Akoye. I
just
want to make sure that that's what they were trying to run. And look like they all zone stepped. That's Iowa for you. Yep, outside zone. He was trying to get that reach. Couldn't, bro. That's block recognition, too. I love D linemen that understand block recognition. Like, he knew he was about to get reached. 70 went to go peel. That's dope.
Yeah. But watch 49 on this play. Watch the linebackers. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Carson Schwarzenegger right there.
Watch him. Boom. Nobody's touching him.
Yeah,
Nobody's
clean.
Nobody's touching him. Nobody's touching him. Nobody touches him the whole play. Boom. Those linebackers stay clean most of this film, man. Here he's going to close this gap up. Same thing. Boom. They try to combo him there. But look at what he's doing. Look at don't look at the guy that's blocking him. Look at the guys that are trying to get around him. So watch 88. Well, he's trying to get around him, right? Look at it. You can't. He's disrupting. He's disrupting the integrity of this whole run scheme with the fact that he's pushing everybody into the backfield. No problem. Like, he's disruptive as hell. That's what I like about him. Now, like I said, that's another play he didn't finish on, right? He doesn't get that tackle, but that's him. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, this one, I think he's going to force a sack here because he's going to, like, this is what I meant by him being able to get some pressure. He got like 4 pressures in this game, and quick pressures, not like, you know, hustle pressure. I'm talking about he was the guy that got there and set the tone. That sack is his sack right there, right? He flushed him out, and number 2 just went and chased him down. But had he stayed in the pocket, you know what I mean, Jay was touted for one right there. But good motor. Then when I said he's faster and more explosive than you would give him credit for, this is what I mean here. Boom.
Yeah.
He gets up the field, makes this tackle. That's just good hustle there. I like to see that out of big guys when they, making plays downfield and hustling it up. I like that. Same here. He's going to close this gap up, force a cutback. I don't think he's going to get this tackle either. But as I said, he is the reason these guys are getting stops for no gain or tackles for losses.
Hero plays.
That's all on him. That's all on him.
Boom. And he gets back into play. I like that.
Yeah, he get back into play every time. Boom. Watch this. Boom. Double team. He's going to take both those guys into the gap. This should be a straight line to Schwessinger. Boom. Nope.
Yeah. He's active, like you said.
Boom. Yeah, I love this kid. I think this is the one where he almost gets a sack on this one. Yeah. No. This is him on a bubble screen. This is what I'm saying. You don't see big guys. You don't see one techs making these kind of plays. Like Vince Wilfork, as good as Vince Wilfork was, I love his game, but he wasn't running out to the perimeter hitting shit. He ain't trying to do that. He's just clogging up the middle, which is a good enough job. So to do this on top of that, I just like seeing it. I like seeing it.
And just to have the recognition as a big guy to know, like, we're getting screened. Oh, let me redirect, flip my hips. Yeah. Oh, look at the hands right there.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like he clubs the shit out of him. Boom. Excuse my French. I don't want to cuss and get you demonetized. Boom. Good club right there. Bang. Gets through there. But he look at how he moves. He fast, man. He got enough speed.
He's very agile.
Could have got him a sack on this one. Like I said, he need to finish. That's the only knock I got on him.
That's what you said that earlier.
Just finish when you get there. That's it. Other than that, great job. I love the kid. I like.
When you were cutting this up, Akoye, did you see him on the ground a lot? I hate the linemen. I hate linemen on the ground, period.
Nope. Not on the ground a lot. Got good leverage, good contact balance, strong at the point of attack. Watch this. Now look at 49. Look at 49.
Knockback, bro.
Yeah, nobody's touching him. Nobody's touching these linebackers, man.
He has a good forklift. They call that forklift technique right there. Oh man, him and Booker going back and forth at practice. Board drill is gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be classic.
2 lines.
Now this is what I meant. This is the last rep right here. Watch him shed this double team and still get in on the play like that. I like to see that. Like if him just taking on the double team itself is good enough, but getting off of it and finding the ball, that's A+ behavior right there, man.
Yeah,
that's A+.
Yeah, it is. That corkscrew, corking it, boom, get off me. And like you said, just that I'm looking at a player who's very aware, a player who is like, I just don't like players who are aloof. Like, where's the play? Oh, the play is right behind. Like, no, have awareness. Know where the play is. Even as a D lineman. Like, he's gonna get reps. You can see it.
Oh yeah,
lower half is crazy.
He needs them. He needs them. Yeah, that was the last rep though.
Yeah, I mean, bro, like let's conclude with this, Akoye. Like year 1, day 1, early on. Let's just start here. Does he make the team, Akoye?
Now the Cowboys have been notorious for playing money ball, number 1. Number 2, not valuing these guys. Like Ridgeway came through here, Bohanna came through here. We had a lot of big guys that I thought showed some promise that we thought we were going to do something, right? And then they end up not using them. It's like they pick them just to shut guys like me up and then don't use them.
You've been asking for a one tech,
one techs and true run stoppers is like, okay, if that's your true problem, why don't we address that directly? And you would think that's like common sense, but you don't know. If it's me, I say he gets into the rotation. I think he makes his team. And when you really think about it, though, I still say because outside of Mazi and Osa, and then Solomon Thomas, your defensive tackles are kind of thin. I think he definitely can easily walk in the door and give Mazi some trouble when it comes to that one tech because there's going to be a battle for it. And if he can come in here and turn some heads when it comes to the way he looks in training camp and how he hustles, obviously Eberflus doesn't have any bias towards Mazi because he didn't draft Mazi. So it's going to definitely be, I think, you look at how bloated the roster is right now. I think it's going to be a battle in training camp for everybody. Like it's going to be a war of attrition, and he has a real shot. He's live. You know what I mean? He's live for sure. I like Tommy too. Tommy a King, what however you say his name. I mess names. I mean, you know what I'm
I
talking about.
just
The
call
last,
him Tommy A, and he went to
yeah, yeah, I
Maryland.
like, yeah, I like
Um,
Tommy.
yeah,
Hmm.
he from out my way.
Hmm.
I'm gonna ask you this: do you think Aaron White Cotton
Hmm.
is the type of coach that will give whoever doing their job a chance, and how he fits? Because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what, White Cotton, you know, I feel
Hmm.
like with a clean slate and
Hmm.
like this guy's energy, and you hear him, like hearing his interview, Okoye, he's all business. Like you could tell it was like, nah, I felt like I went way too long without getting drafted. And that UCLA defense was good. That Cal defense, like they playing ball out west. So I want
That's
to
the other
ask you,
thing about
like,
that pick. Yeah, go ahead.
no, I just want to ask you, like,
Mm-hmm.
do you think Aaron, like, he fits in Aaron White Cotton scheme, defensive lineman? And
Mm-hmm.
then also, will he be the one that says, no, Matt, this guy needs to play, even if it's taking reps from Mazi?
I think he's going. I mean, either way, I think both him and Mazi need to make this team. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because he's gonna. One of them is gonna spell the other. Who starts? I don't care. But one of them is going to spell the other because those are the only two one techs on the team, and you need them. You need both of those guys to make this roster. To be honest with you, Tommy A is like a tweener. He's the pick that made me not so mad about Chauncey because he reminds me of Chauncey, big guy. You know what I mean? Good at stopping the run, so on. So I think he's a guy that can play 3 or 1 tech, kind of like one of your swing guys, and can give you some work outside too. But when you look at Osa, Thomas, and Solomon Thomas, I mean, and Osa, they're both 3 techs. You're not going to get them playing one. So I think both those guys make this team, and I think White Cotton is definitely going to say, "Hey, may the best man win. Like you can fight for it." That's his style. Like he's vicious, mean, and I think he's going to breed a culture in that defensive line room that's more the same. And we kind of got those guys anyway. They just need to reel it in a little bit. But you already know what Micah's going to do. Fowler's a psycho. You know what I mean? Then you got Thomas is pretty vicious too. Osa, we know what he is. Mazi said he likes to hit shit, so you know what's up with that. And then Toia, we see him on film. He jumps right off. He's very vicious and violent. So it's Tommy. So he got a room full of guys and then Slam, we already know about him. He's a penalty machine. So you got a room full of guys that play mean, fast, and violent. So I think that just having a coach who is like geared towards what we already are, you're not trying to change their stripes. You're not trying to, have guys like Mazi lose 40 pounds and try to get upfield.
Stop
You're
it,
not
bro.
trying to reinvent the wheel, so to speak.
Stop it,
You know
bro.
what I mean? I think that's
Stop it, Okoye.
that plays well into what we're doing here. Like you get somebody that's going to use the groceries that we have and not try to change the items. You know what I mean? I think that's a good thing.
I have a vision. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Okoye, walk with me. I'm gonna let you go.
I'm with you.
That if you have so much pass rush
Mm-hmm.
that you don't have to spend early on one tech, you have to coach it up. And I think that's where Eberflus and White Cotton come in. I think what happened was Dan Quinn brought in Mazi Smith, and he just couldn't get pass rush out his mind. Where it's like, bro, let Micah hunt, let
Yeah.
Donovan hunt, let you just said Fowler, let Fowler
Yeah.
go hunt Okoye.
Armstrong, those guys.
Let those guys hunt. Let them hunt.
Yeah.
This year, I would love to see Okoye. Let the pluggers plug. Let them play at the line of scrimmage and plug. Let them
That's
two
it.
gap. We
Yep.
don't two like I pray that Eberflus lets our guys two gap. I pray.
Well, when you watch his film, that's what he does. Like the guys up front are all, stacking and waiting in those gaps. Sometimes you might see some upfield penetration, but he doesn't have guys that are generally just trying to get off the ball, make sacks up in the A gap. They're not those type of guys. They're stacking, and they're grabbing and making sure that those guys behind them are free. That's why his linebackers always play well because they're not, even you even saw it in the UCLA film. Like you see a little bit of defensive holding out of certain schemes because those coaches are asking their defensive linemen to say, "Hey, make sure your guy can't get to that second level. He can't, get to your linebackers, right?" So,
Yeah.
I think Eberflus is more the same. I think he's going to ask these guys to, stay in the gaps, two gap. I don't think he's going to ask them to get off the ball, try to get sacks. I mean, Osa's going to do what Osa does, but those are on obvious passing downs, I think. But I don't think he's going to ask those guys to get upfield and get sacks. If they get sacks, it's going to be, ancillary. It's going to be hustle plays or it just came to him. But He's not looking for pass rushers in the interior. He's looking for run stoppers. I don't think he's looking for pass rushers at all first, at this point. With the guys that he brought in, you can see, everybody that he brought in here is a run stopper first. Everybody, everybody.
Yeah, and like you said about Donovan Azaruku, people think he just is sack guy. No, he actually has good chops against the run. So
yeah. He got 80 tackles at defensive end. That's crazy.
That's active player.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy.
Akoye, man, I thank you for doing this. I thank you for just stopping by, dropping a gem on one of our draft picks. And I would love to get you back on the channel maybe next week after you watch more film. Because
I'm dropping some more.
Okay, when you drop Akoye, I would love to get you back on.
Shamar James right now. I'm looking at his film now.
Can I get you back on next week to talk Shamar?
Whenever you say jump on, I don't never say no. So you just say so, and I'm up here.
Man, you my heart, bro. You one of my ones, man. I appreciate you. Also, I want to give a very organic shout out to my brother in the DMV area. He has beard butter. I don't know if y'all see my beard glowing.
Oh, okay. I thought that was some tree or something.
Oh, no. Go ahead. I don't smoke. I'm tired, y'all. Stop it. Hey.
I seen the eye drops before we got over here. I was like, oh, what's up?
Allergies, man. Listen, it's beard butter, man. All organic. Allergies. My man, Ed, I appreciate it. I'll be plugging this just because, I feel like small businesses, and he a DC dude, he a DC cat, he for the city, he for the people. He's a really good person. I'm telling you, I swear by this stuff, y'all smell good. Trust me. You want to come out the house looking good, smelling good, so your lady, it's online. I'm gonna put I'll put you the link, and I'll put the link in my description, so you guys make sure you check it out. It'll be up. And Akoye, come on, bro, this is what you do. This your time of year. Can't nobody box with you in that ring. So I thank you so much. It's your boy Foster King as always. Make sure you guys like this, share it. Make sure you guys go to Akoye's channel and follow him. Twitter, he's everywhere. Akoye Media. I'll put all his stuff in the description box. And as always, guys, I love you all. I can't thank you guys enough for this. We're gonna make sure that we get you guys this information. So as always, thank you guys for sharing, subscribing. It's your boy Foots. Peace.
We out.